Hi everyone, and thanks for watching another SM Scrapper video. This is Sharon here, and before I start this video, I want to let everybody know that I am not a Copic certified instructor. Everything that I will discuss in my Copic videos are simply my experience, what I have learned, what I have read, and, again, what I have learned by trial and error, in my Copic marker coloring venture. So I might make a mistake. If I do and you see it, please point it out to me. Let me know in a comment or send me a private message. Everybody makes mistakes. I don't know everything. In fact, I'm learning. So basically you guys are learning with me. So I'm just letting everybody know because I don't want anybody thinking that I'm pretending to be this instructor or a teacher or whatever. No, that's not it. The reason why I'm going to do these videos is because a lot of people have asked me a lot of questions about Copics, and I want to share the information that I've learned. There's a bunch of Copic artists on YouTube that are certified instructors. So if you don't want to see what I have to say, just go and look at them. I'm sure you're going to learn excellent information. But I just thought I would share what I know, what I'm learning, and nothing. Answer the questions that I've been asked. So, in this first video, I just wanted to talk a little bit generally about what Copic markers are, what are the different kinds, where you can get them, talk about the color marker, Copic marker chart, the color wheel, etc., etc., what papers to use, what inks to use, what not to use, what is my favorite, etc., etc., etc. So I hope to get as much information as possible on this video, and I know I'm going to be doing several other videos discussing other things in regards to Copic markers. So that said, let's start. There are different kinds of Copic markers, and I do not own all the different kinds, but for the purpose of this video, I printed out some pictures so I can show you as I'm talking to you about them. So, the first marker we're going to talk about is the Copic original marker. I do not own, oops, I'm sorry, I moved the camera. I do not own any original Copic markers, so let me show you a picture. Basically, the marker looks like this. I hope my camera cooperates and focuses. So, it has a firm, fine nib, you could see it right there. And it also has a firm, broad nib right there, sometimes called the chisel tip. So that's what the Copic marker looks like. All the polyester nibs are interchangeable and are available in 9 different weights and styles. So that's good to know. This marker, the original marker, has a square body design which keeps it from rolling off the table. So, if you have a problem with markers always rolling off the table because they're round, these markers are square, so they won't do that. Also, these markers are great for airbrushing, and they come in 214 colors. And they also have the color capping system, which basically provides for instant color selection, color recognition. What that means is that the original marker, this is not original, but I'm going to show you, has like a colored tip, and it has the color number and the color name, like the sketch marker does, which is what I'm holding. So that is what an original marker is. So the next marker we're going to talk about is the Ciao marker. I own one of these, but I'm going to show you a picture first. This is what the marker looks like. Come on, camera, focus. There you go. It has a medium broad nib, which is this one. It's a chisel tip nib. And then it has a super brush nib. And this marker is the least expensive of the Copic markers, and it's basically meant for beginning artists. People, who want to try out the markers but don't want to spend a lot of money. People that want to try it for the first time and they want to see whether they like it or not before, investing on a bunch of markers. So this is what the marker looks like. I have one right here. It has a round body shape, so it's not square like the original. It's completely round. It comes in 322 colors, and you cannot use the Copic airbrush system with this because it's round and it's small. The gun doesn't hold it. And this specific marker, let me see if the camera focuses. There you go. It has the cap is choke proof. It has like a venting system for small children because this marker was meant to be used by children. Basically it has holes, so if anybody swallows the cap, they won't choke because they would be able to breathe until they could get the cap out. Hopefully we don't want that to happen to anybody. So these are round, so these will roll off your table. So if that's an issue for you, then these are not the markers that you want to buy. So if you just want to try them out and you want to see how they color and blend and you don't want to spend a lot of money, these are the ones to try. Another thing is that they do not have the colored capping system with the numbers and the colors. They do not have it. So, you would have to find the color right there. Like for example, this one's 0. This is with a colorless blender, and that's where you would have to see, what color it is right there. You will be able to know by looking at it. Okay, so that is the Ciao marker. I'm sorry, I'm still coughing. The next marker we're going to talk about is the sketch marker. Those are the ones that I have and I use. Here is the picture of it. This is what the marker looks like. It has the same nibs as the Ciao markers. So it has a medium, broad nib, and a super brush nib. And this particular nib is great for blending. It's very flexible. So that's what the marker looks like. Let me show you in real life right here what it looks like. This is the marker. It has an oval shape. It's roll resistant because it's oval. It means it sits flat on the table. It won't roll off the table because it's oval. It comes in 334 colors. It's great for airbrushing, so these you can use with the airbrushing system. It is the most popular of the Copic markers. Most of the people use these. And it has the color capping system, like I showed you before. Let's see if it focuses right there. Meaning it has the color of the marker, it has the code, which is, the code in the color wheel, what it is, and also the name. This one is Dog Rose Flower. So, that's what a sketch marker looks like. Okay, now let's talk about the wide Copic marker. This is what the marker looks like. It's huge and it's flat. And it has the nib, it only has one nib on one side, but that nib comes in two different types. We can have the extra broad or the broad calligraphy. So those are the two types of nibs that can be used in this marker. Also, the flat body of the marker makes it roll resistant, meaning it will not roll off your table. So these are the ones that provide the smoothest, most consistent coverage in large areas because of the broad nib. It covers a lot of broad areas, when coloring. They come in 36 colors, and they have the color capping system. You can see on this side, it has the same thing as the sketch and the original. That has the color and the name of the color and the code of the color in the back. So that is basically, what Copic's markers are. There are other markers out there that are excellent as well, but Copic markers are alcohol ink based markers, meaning they're not water-based. They will not color like watercolor markers will. These are completely different. They blend, they dry acid-free. They are great for blending and shadowing and adding depth to your images. So you also have what are called the Copic multi-liner pens, and these pens come in 9 black sizes and 5 colors with 4 tip sizes. This is what the multi-pen multi-liner look like. Some of them have like a metal, let's just say like a metallic cover. They're different kinds. This one's particularly the multi-liner 0.3. Let me see if it focuses right there. And basically, these are ideal for all of the line inking needs, all your line inking needs, meaning, when you stamp an image and part of it doesn't stamp properly, you can take this and fill in your image. They're great for details, fine art, design, comics, modeling, sketchbooking, and paper crafting. They're all pigment-based inking pens, and these, the ones that are like this plastic, they're disposable. And what else can I tell you about these that you need to know? Oh, they come in sepia, wine, olive, cobalt, and gray, and they're waterproof and they're archival as well. And you can clean these with rum and alcohol. And they're all compatible with Copic markers, and they're photocopy safe, meaning they won't dissolve in toner. What else? Your Copic markers won't bleed when using the Copic multi-liner, so that's good to know. Also, you need refills because all these Copic markers are refillable. You can take the nibs out and dump in some new color when you run out. So, this is what the re-inker looks like. I do not have any re-inkers. I haven't bought any. I don't need them yet. But they are super nice. They are available in 334 colors. And each container has 25 cc's of ink. And it will refill an empty shell marker about 15 times. It will refill a sketch marker up to 12 times. And it will refill a Copic original marker up to 9 times. And also, it would refill a white Copic marker up to 7 times. So, that is very good to know. It's huge. You buy one and it'll last you a long time because of all the refill capabilities. So, and they're, all of them are universal to all Copic markers, meaning you can use them with all your Copics. Okay. So that is that. What inks to use? My time is almost running out, so I am going to make it quick. I recommend using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. This will not ruin your Copic marker tips. This dries instantly as soon as you stamp, and your Copic markers won't bleed with it. Do not use Stays-On ink. It will ruin your markers, so do not even think about it. Another ink that you might use, that you're able to use, would be the Adirondack Pitch Black ink. That's also a good one that works. So that's it for now with the Copic marker video. I'm going to follow through with the rest of the information on another video. In the next video, I'll talk about the Copic marker color chart, the color wheel, understanding the Copic color system, and how everything is, labeled. Also, what markers to start with, or which ones I would suggest you start with, or how to pick your markers, etc, etc, etc. So I hope you tune in for the next Copic marker tutorial. So thanks so much for watching, and if you have any questions, please leave me a message or a comment. Please rate and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.